They did it? They finally fixed it? OG, the mode that has been notorious for being a mess for so long, it's okay now? Kind of? Hold on. We gotta go back for a second. I haven't talked about this mode on this channel for like 10 whole months. That's longer than some famous YouTubers would suddenly go on breaks for with no notice. So like, how did we get here? There's a bunch of stuff related to this mode that we need to talk about. Like now. Like right now. Let's go. We gotta play catch up here. Come on. Hey, quickly want to say use code CHUGACHUG in the shop if you want to support me. No spaces, hashtag epic partner. Your support means a lot to me and I really appreciate it. Thank you all. Alright, that's done. Now hopefully people won't complain about a 3-minute long intro. Well, OG has been such a mess for like, let's just say 80% of the time it's existed so far. That's kind of a lot, you know, especially for the mode that was hyped up to exist for like a month. No, technically even a year before it came out. Season OG was the starting mark for this mode. It literally broke records when it came out. If they could just do something like, I don't know, make it permanent, especially with that being something a lot of people were already asking for, this should have been the easiest slam dunk of their life. And it was. At first, I'm sure you know the tale by now. Season 1, as we remember, was fantastic. Well, except for, and, you know, with what they were doing, the accuracy to Chapter 1 was actually pretty solid. One of the only real problems is that some weapon icons weren't correct to the original weapons. But it's okay, though. That's just a PNG. I'm sure they'll fix it in, like, a week. They're on top of their game with this mode. Okay, yeah, we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end. Season 2. Oh, Season 2. The time of OG without one pumps, the time with the stupid, ugly grass that I never want to see again, the loophole with the rapid fire SMG for some reason. What? Given how this was the season with the... you could see things started getting rough. And if you played this mode around then I think you know the rest. Inaccurate weapons, tons of fog, ugly grass that sticks around for some reason, bad content spread, poorly crafted lighting, slightly less ugly grass. I mean, seriously though, it's concrete colored. This is still a problem to this day. You can even see it happen in the current lobby screen. What happened here? This mode was slowly going into the trenches. At least it seemed like that. And I think that Season 6 was the pinnacle of it all. Season 3 already felt like rock bottom. Season 4 fixed a little bit, and Season 5 seemed like it was going on the right track, especially with Fortnite status replying to Alleyjacks with that whole thread. And indeed, things started to get a little bit better in Season 5. There was some stuff that they fixed, like the storm and the lighting, at least kind of. I don't know, do you count the fog change as a lighting fix? With Season 6, everything just broke. Again. I remember seeing the leaks come out during downtime for that season, which I was so excited for because it was Fortnitemare season. It came out during October, it was perfect for the Halloween vibes, and I was just ready to see a properly functioning OG mode during Halloween. There's a decent amount of people out there that hold Season 6 near and dear to them, so obviously Epic would have to do this correctly, right? I just remember losing my mind during downtime. There are probably clips of it somewhere. I was just in disbelief of all the things that were being leaked at that time. There were so many questionable decisions and changes that just didn't make any sense at all. Shadowstones, something that we haven't seen in years, something that a lot of people were excited to come back because, you know, it's one of the big parts of Season 6. Nope, they're gone. They're replaced with Nitro. Nitro. They chose the one thing that a majority of the community heavily dislikes. I think the final straw for me was when they added the fog back to the game, something that people were begging to be toned down for a long time because it just made it really hard to see a lot of stuff, especially from a distance, and it just looked ugly, and they removed it one update before the season. And then it came back. Don't know how that happened.
Oh, just to make everything worse, they broke the fog again. Are you serious?
It was just so weird. The lobby turned purple for a not so amazing reason. And worst of all, they didn't even promote it. Yes, that's right. Fortnite OG had an entire new season launch around the time of Fortnitemares, which is a very big time for the game, especially that year, without any promotion. There were a lot of people out there that didn't know that it started. The only people that did know were people already following the mode. Genuinely, how does this even happen? At this point, we have reached the definition of rock bottom. I'm pretty sure if you look it up on the internet, you're gonna find a picture of OG Season 6's lobby background. Now, I'm not gonna stick around here and go too far into detail about Season 6. Leo's already got a really good video covering that exact topic that you guys should totally watch after this one is over.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, no problem. Now, I know this is gonna gonna be hard to believe if you weren't there, but Season 6 actually got pretty good towards the end. A little bit into the season, they put out an article on Fortnite status basically saying, hey, we messed up, and since then, things should have been only going uphill. Storm pacing was finally properly fixed. That instantly made the season and the mode in general just feel way better. Wow, multiple people left in a moving zone in solos. Chapter 6 could never. Things were getting better. It felt like a dream. We were so deprived of good content changes at the time that when they actually managed to change stuff, it almost didn't even feel real. This is the type of stuff people would tweet about when they're like, this is how you fix Fortnite OG. Season 7 was coming soon too. And of course, that's a big one. Now, did they deliver on that? Yeah, kinda. Now, Fortnite Season 7 has been a very big nostalgia season for a bit now, so logically it would make a lot of sense for them to lock in for it, especially when it's at the start of a new chapter too. However, Epic has not seemed to follow the rules of logic with this entire mode so far. So did they cook here? Hello, Polar Peak. I don't know what they did. Ah, the storm clouds! Oh, that looks so good! Someone's in a plane! Oh my god. Wait, do you get glider redeploy if you jump out the plane? I'm kind of too scared to find out. Because you're supposed to. Yeah, they got that locked down. Now sure, Season 7 wasn't playable for like the first week and a half of the chapter because of Dark Voyager. It's his fault, blame him. But when it was, oh my god. It felt so refreshing to come back to. All of the new POIs and the whole snow biome, it was just great. They were even still putting out articles on things that they were working on and stuff that they wanted to fix. One of my favorites is that they finally changed the storm clouds. Ooh, I love those storm clouds. Why can't they look this colorful everywhere else? It was starting to feel like the biggest issue was really just the visuals instead of the actual gameplay stuff. That lighting was looking rough, especially now that that fog was gone. Even though removing the fog was a good thing, you could really tell how heavily they relied on it. Daytime was blinding, nighttime was also blinding, but a little bit less so, and it just especially was not accurate at all anymore. Season 7 changes the skybox completely, so late Chapter 1 has a very different feel and look to it than mid Chapter 1. Wait, hey, look at that! That's something that they're looking into. Look at that preview, it looks great. I don't know where the clouds are, but I mean, that's alright, I'm sure they'll handle it. Honestly, I think we've just gotta survive Winterfell. Okay, so, what exactly happened here? The sky was technically changed, but like, isn't that kind of just the bare minimum? And that's being a little generous. They did what we asked for and tried to replicate the old skybox. Only at night. You know what? Sure, whatever. A lot of us were only comparing nighttime since it was the most drastic change that happened that season, so sure, fine. That's on us. We signed up for that one. But seriously though, what happened here? It just feels so odd. Like they really only tried a little bit. They knew the clouds changed with Season 7 originally, so instead of making new clouds, they just made them disappear randomly when it hits nighttime? They made it look all foggy and cold for Season 7, which, in my opinion, didn't look too bad. It was just broken because it didn't apply to the whole map and was only locked to some random zone in the snow. Oops. Anyways, lighting debacle out of the way, Season 7 was actually pretty good. The OG content spread method kinda cooked it because the season lasted for way too long. By the time Season 7 was ending, we would have been in Season 3 at that point a year ago, but everything else was handled pretty alright. Not too many things broke, and a good amount of things were looking to be fixed. Anyway, Season 8. Siphon, I forgot! Oh my god, hello. Yeah, this was pretty good. Things got better over time, even if the lighting still looked like... The big thing though was that they randomly dropped another article where they kind of just went, hey guys, we're locking in now, everything is fixed. It was very sudden, but it was also very, very welcome. They finally found their footing. OG was such a troubled little mode, one that was stuck from choosing between its core community and getting new players interested. But with Season 8, they finally settled with their new philosophy. Make everything as accurate as possible without being terrible. Sniper glint, gone. Stoking campfires, eliminated. The OG is finally returning, just nearly a year and a half after it was released. But like, did we just do it? Have we made it? Season 8 continued and Season 9 rolled around just recently. How's that going? Really well, actually. Got him. Ooh, give me that combat! Oh, never mind. They're still fixing a bunch of stuff, even now. In fact, for the first time ever, every single currently released weapon and item stat in OG is fully accurate to their Chapter 1 counterparts. That's like ridiculous. I know to someone who hasn't played or been following this mode at all is probably thinking, isn't it supposed to be that way? And to that I say, yeah, it was. It always was meant to be. But man, we were so deprived of accurate gameplay that this is like a huge deal actually. What? The bar is in Grimgate right now. Either way, I still can't believe that. Like, come on, remember that video I did on OG's inaccuracies? Well, I think it's safe to say that if that were made now, it would be a whole lot shorter. Season 9 has always been a top 3 favorite seasons of all time type of season for me, if not my actual favorite. So I was hoping and praying that they would do it justice with OG. They did. At least, I think they did. I'm having so much fun playing OG. It really takes me back. Things are way better than the last time I covered this mode. Weapons are good, we're in the super fun seasons now, and I still love this mode. It's not exactly perfect though, there's still a lot that needs to be addressed. One thing I've seen a lot of buzz about recently is the landscape smoothing that they've been trying to pull off for a while now. A lot of people aren't too fond of that, seeing as how it kinda just destroys a lot of terrain, especially during build mode, and it doesn't have a good enough payoff for it to warrant doing that. There's a bunch of map inconsistencies and issues that have popped up, a lot of them actually being returning issues from season 7 and 8. No clue how that keeps happening. And of course, there's also still the skybox, which I'm sure I don't need to mention again, though I will say, the daytime sky looks a lot better now. Anyways, I can't mention it all in this video, but there's a lot of good accounts and people and even sources that you can go to for constant updates on this stuff. AliJax is a good starting point for this, so after this video, why don't you head on over to him and show him some love. With all the crazy stuff that he does and incredible things that he's pulled off for this mode, I think he totally deserves it. Alright, so, vibe check. How are we feeling? How do you guys feel about this mode now? Fun fact, we do actually officially know that OG has the largest amount of players who play it exclusively, so I'd be surprised if they did anything to get rid of it. I personally say that I'm happy with it now. Still not perfect, definitely not perfect, but it's in a much less embarrassing state than it was 10 months ago. Who knows? Maybe things will continue to only get better. I doubt things would just stop here. I don't know what's next, but I'm sure that however they choose to handle this mode will end well. They've heard us, they've been hearing us, they know what we want, now we just gotta hope that they keep delivering. And I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to make a video that doesn't get misinterpreted as me complaining about every tiny thing with the mode. I mean, come on, it would be pretty hard to misunderstand the point of something that gets pointed out directly to you, right?